Welcome to part one of my three-part series on surviving group work. I've put this series together because group work is becoming increasingly popular at college and university, and yet nobody really likes it. Well, I shouldn't say nobody really likes it. Hey, can I start this assignment? Can I start this assignment? I think it's really important that we start this assignment. I really want to start. Okay, you do your part, I'll do my part, and we'll meet halfway, and then we'll meet on Tuesday, okay? Does that sound good to you? Hey. Want to be in my group? I do good work. So this series will be giving you a toolkit of recommendations that you can draw on when engaging in group work to make your group work seem a little bit smoother, whatever smoother means to you, A plus, B plus, or 5-0 and go. In part one, this video, I'll be talking about group composition. Hey guys, I'm Mike Linsky. I'm an OB professor at the Ted Rogers School of Management. In weekly videos, I leverage my student-professor experiences to share insights in terms of how you can better manage your student life. I generally stick to topics that are not taught in the classroom, but learn the hard way throughout university life. So if you're in college or uni or will be soon, hit subscribe and check out my weekly clips that should make your life more manageable over the next little bit. All right, let's jump into it. Group composition refers to the characteristics of a group in terms of ability, achievement level,
gender, age, and a whole host of other really important factors.
Let's be honest. Group composition? Who the heck's in your group? Now, it's not quite as simple as saying whether your group members are bums or brilliant. No. Research in the area actually suggests that there needs to be three important people in your group in order to have team effectiveness. So who are they? The first important person needs to be action-oriented. Somebody on the team needs to get done. The second important person is a people-oriented person. Okay, so somebody on the team needs to make sure that everybody's getting along. The third important person for high team effectiveness is a thinking person, somebody who's actually smart. Somebody on the team needs to have brains. So if it's not you, find somebody else who has them. Okay, so if who is in your group matters, then how do you go about finding somebody for your group? Here's a few tips. 1, check out the course outline or course syllabus in advance. Typically, they'll indicate whether there's a group assignment as part of the course. If there is, then you may want to contact certain individuals ahead of time so that you're beating this mad dash to the best people. And again, when you're trying to find the right people for the assignment, remember, it's not just the smartest people in the class. You want to find these three types of individuals: action-oriented, people-oriented, and the brains of the operation. Okay? And if you don't know anybody in the class, my recommendation is you sit closer to the front. People who are more scholastically inclined or care more about grades, try to avoid all the distractions in the back of the class so they can focus more on what's going on. So when you're sitting there and the professor brings up the idea, oh, there's going to be a group assignment, you can say, oh, hey, I don't know anybody in this class. Would you mind if I'm in your group too? The second idea is to simply ask to switch groups. If you don't like being part of a group, or if the professor makes groups in advance and you didn't have any influence in terms of who's in your group, you might want to get out of that group if you know it's going to be a bad group, but you have to ask the professor in the right way. The best ideal strategy you can do is to find somebody else in another group and simply ask if you can swap spots with them. And my third tip is don't be afraid to say no. If you know it's going to be a bad group, just say no when somebody asks you. So that's it for part one of my three-part series on surviving group work. In my next video, I'll be talking about the importance of group processes. How do group members actually interact when they're conducting their work? So hit subscribe and select the notifications tab so that you can be alerted when that next video pops up.